is going to be caught for the touchdown. There are flags in the end zone. We'll see what they are, but that is a touchdown pass to Hunter Long from 4 yards away. Parker backs up, fields it at the 15-yard line. Made a man miss, 25-yard line, 30-yard line. That's a good return from Parker. Washington still on his feet, 50, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Parker Washington just brought it all the way back, and the Jags have extended the lead. Purdy under center this time. Play fake, drop the Jags blitz. He hit him, the ball's out. The ball is out. They knocked it out of there. Jacksonville trying to jump on top of it. No signal yet.
That's the Jaguars ball.
The Jags have it. They created yet another turnover, and they got the ball away from the 49ers.
No, try to clear it up, but I didn't see what happened, so I'm not sure. Don't think you should be that sensitive about it, but it is what it is. Not too worried about it.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, that's right. D-Rock in a day early. Jags schedule switched around a little bit this week, so John Oehser will join us tomorrow for the second hour in studio, and Mike DeRocco here on this Wednesday morning. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark here with you. Good morning, Tony. How are things?
All good.
Have your hunger's been satiated?
It was a good breakfast.
Everyone's now bought breakfast once this year. We've all had the dunce cap, and this week it was Dylan Denmark digging deep into. What's the final tally on your
33 and some change?
Yeah, that's about what it.
Not bad for a family of four.
Something in there, family of four.
$40. That's what I Venmo'd him last week.
$35 for breakfast, man, for four people. That's
fast food, by the way.
Fast food, right? Seems.
And I didn't even get the extra large diet.
No, Tony did. Don't worry. I got an OJ because I'm a healthy guy. But anyway, breakfast bowl a day early this week. But it's all about the Jags right now. D-Rock 3-1. How
about that, huh?
What's the most surprising element of this 3-1 start for you for the Jaguars?
How physically tough they've been. I think we talked about it before the show. How many times out of the 4 games have they been as tough or tougher than their opponents every single week? And that was a bit of a surprise to me. Like, it was not a shock that they were tougher than the Carolina Panthers. No, I didn't expect them to not. I expected them to be tougher than the Bengals. Then they come home and they're tough. They get punched in the mouth by the Texans all the time. Wither, not this time.
Right.
They were the more physical team, and the same thing last weekend up in San Francisco. They went out there and punched the Niners right in the mouth and kept it up the whole game. And that, to me, because we saw this team last year, not a physically tough team, not a mentally tough team last year. End of 2023, certainly not physically and mentally tough. They are this year. And that's a huge, huge flip of the switch. And that's why I think even if the turnovers start to dry up a little bit and they don't maintain that pace.
And you would think they are not going to maintain that pace.
Yeah, well, I didn't think they'd get 3 in week 3 or 4 in week 4.
More than all of last season.
Correct.
Already, right? But they were abysmal.
They were so bad last year.
Yeah.
But that's why I think that they'll be better than I expected because they're physically and mentally tough on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we did think, Tony, like if they doubled the number, it would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? That'd put them kind of middle of the pack in creating turnovers. Problem is that they're making a lot of mistakes as well.
Sure.
Lead the league in penalties right now. So, I mean, the turnovers will go to show you. They can clean up a lot of things. They're going to have to shore themselves up in certain areas for the days when they don't come in bunches.
Yeah, I would say if you're looking at their 3-1 and the biggest surprise and how they've gotten to 3-1, I think we could have all expected, and it's why we talked about the schedule the way that we did. Right, the back half, it felt like they had an opportunity in the back half of the season to make up a bunch of ground, right? And they found a way to do it here early in the season instead. We'll see what that looks like in the back half. We'll get there when we get there. But the offense really hadn't come together, but the offensive line has. And they can run the ball when they want to run the ball. When you talk about them being the tougher team, that's the kind of stuff that they could do that they haven't been able to do in a year and a half, certainly. You know, it's been a while since we've seen them even try to run the football at times when we thought, well, maybe they could try. Like right now, if you want to have the identity of a tough team, it's that kind of thing. You're not going to run on us, and we're going to run when we want to run, right? And they've been a football team that has established that in the first month of the season, and that's while the offensive passing game is still trying to figure itself out, right? The timing issues are all in the passing offense. Like, that's where all the timing issues are right now for the football team. But the turnovers and the toughness they have along both lines of scrimmage has been enough to – they had the chance to be 3-1. They are 3-1, should be 4-0. And now you got the Chiefs coming to town.
It's not the start I expected them to have, but the culture change that, we all talk about that all the time. Culture. What is culture?
Winning.
Yeah, winning. Absolutely. And they talk about learning how to win. Well, how do you do that? Well, you got to win. It's like that. The catch-22. You got to learn how to win, but until you learn how to win, you can't win, but you got to learn how to win. It's just win games.
Here's how you learn how to win. Make the key plays late in the game.
And that's what they've done the last 2 weeks, too. That's exactly what they've done. And in reality, that's what they've done the last 3 weeks, but they just got hosed on a bad pass interference call.
Despite the bad pass interference call, it's a little disturbing, again, to go back, realize that Jake Browning came in and basically threw it all over the line. Yeah, he turned it over some too, but he threw for 240 in 2.5 quarters. And Cincinnati now looks like they can't punch their way out of a wet paper bag.
Looks horrible.
Right. So, and we let that team go up and down. So there are some,
it's not perfect by any stretch. There are a lot of concerns, absolutely.
I mean, you got the best protection in the league for your quarterback, and you're throwing for $175. You know?
That's got to change. That's got to get better.
It does. I mean, look, I'm happy that they're winning. I don't care what style that they're winning. I just want to know, is it sustainable? And on the days when you're not getting this avalanche of the ball popping your way and you creating turnover, I'm not saying they're just popping. They've had a few.
There's an element of luck in some of those.
There's some of those. But
ball bounces that way instead of that way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like McCaffrey puts his hand up. That's a play that we would have done a billion times and have, right? When you put your hand up, you're trying to make the play. Only thing you can't do, you can't bat that one up in the air. Well, that's exactly what McCaffrey did, and Devin Lloyd's Johnny on the spot. But we're also there with the Peanut Tillman punch. I mean, forcing turnovers on top of that. But
and you also have guys swarming to the ball. Yeah. And that's helping, too, because when that ball does get out, you've got numbers.
Well, Quint Allen was sprinting to the play before there was ever a fumble for him to recover from Travis Hunter.
Well, when they hire the guys they hired in this offseason to run this thing, and what they talked about when they were acquiring new players, right? They're turning over half the roster, right? Like they were acquiring all these new players we're looking for what type of players we want, right? Which a lot of that was the effort guys. Like the whistle is not the end of the play. It's well after that, right? The echo of these kind of things. And you're seeing that kind of thing with Allen and the effort that they're getting on defense. Like they got a bunch of guys that play the game that way. And when you start having success doing it's natural. We've all watched enough football to see it with teams. It builds.
Yes.
Like the confidence builds. All those things multiply, right? Like those things just build off of one another if you continue to do it. They're not looking for the floor to fall out. They're like, eventually we're going to punch them and the floor is going to fall out from underneath them. Like, we keep going, we're going to take it away from them. That's the mentality this football team seems to have that they haven't had in a long time.
And this Gardeck's a crazy man.
Hold that thought. All right, we got to take a time out here. We'll get into all the crazy men and anything you want to. We got 2 hours to do it. Today's question of the day, presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. Who is your MVP for the Jags for the first basically month of the season? It's not quite the quarter poll because there's 17 games now, but 4 games in. We were going to do a poll, and we're like, we felt like there may be 5 candidates that were obvious, and who are we going to leave out? So we just left it open to you. Just reply with the name of the person, or as some people have said, the offensive line is the MVP. I get it, right? I totally get it. So who that is for you today, we'd love to hear your thoughts on that at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Stream us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, or hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at ESPN Duraco, and at 1010XL Denmark.
He got him in the White Sox. Willie from behind.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
I don't think that is your bad. And, you know how volatile I am.
Yeah.
All right, and you've gone and done it.
And there's a Red Sox fan in the room.
You've gone and done it.
Like
And D-Rock is okay in my book.
Yeah.
You know, like it's all right. You know, this show is not about us. You know, but it's soon to not be about Dylan. That's for sure. I'll tell you that.
Son of a gun right here.
Producer opening, folks, 641-1010, and submit your resume right now.
No building,
You know,
people.
tweet me directly. Yeah, it's going to be a brand new building. You're going to love it. All right, you don't have to come work in this place. It's our last time for the Breakfast Bowl in our old locale here on Hogan Road. All right, coming up, we'll take your calls if you want to get in. Let's discuss who are the candidates for the Jags' best player, best performer at least, through the first 4 weeks of the season. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Gator fans are known to get rowdy.
Especially us.
Pickett and Prosser here.
Join us for a first-of-its-kind podcast, Swamp Session.
Live stream from Voodoo Brewing Company.
Right after every Gator football game on the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday
On Jaguars Today.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Growing up in Jacksonville, I always associated Beards with an elevated experience, something that isn't your big box store.
Dr. Aryan Afshari talking about his experience at Beards Diamonds.
Every single time I've walked into Beards, I have felt confident. I have felt like I've been guided down the right path. I feel like no one is there to take my money and that they all have my best interest in mind.
When Dr. Afshari went into Beards Diamonds for his engagement ring, he was blown away by the selection.
We walked into Beards, they showed us a massive array of diamonds, of bands.
But they helped him narrow it down and even offered to customize a designer setting for a one-of-a-kind ring.
I showed them some inspirations and they really kind of knocked it out of the park. I think Megan still has the best ring out of all her friends.
Beards Diamonds. Unbeatable selection, direct importer prices, designer rings, no commission salespeople, and local owners.
I wanted something meaningful, and that's what I found at Beards.
Get the value and luxury experience you deserve. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
doors are opening here on Jaguars Today. Cristiano, if you can make it up here by next Monday, you're first in line. D-Rock, your thoughts on the whole Robert Saleh, Kyle Shanahan, Liam Cohen war of words, or keep my name out your mouths?
Did it get blown out of proportion? Yeah. Is the media partly to blame? Yeah. However, Liam Cohen clearly was pissed about it. And I think even though Saleh said, there's nothing illegal about it or anything like that, Cohen and the Jags felt like they were taking a shot at him 100%. And we found out over the first month of the season, Liam Cohen is an emotional, fiery guy, which you can love from all kinds of standpoints, but it also is going to lead to those kind of things. Now, the post-game thing afterwards, that got a little out of hand there. I didn't hear, like on Sunday, after it happened, we kind of heard some of the video and saw some of the video about what Cohen was saying, but it didn't really come out, I don't want to say until Monday, maybe Tuesday, Saleh's response, which essentially was like, I'll murder you, right? I will bleep and end you, right? Is that what, that's kind of what, that's what he said. So,
right.
I mean,
I've heard the comments.
It got out of control a little bit there. And
did you hear Saleh yesterday, by the way? If he had said what he said yesterday, last week, it would have been taken as a compliment.
Well, and
he was very complimentary. But you got to know when you throw sign stealing. And then, I saw yesterday I posted because he puts this long thing about how this was a compliment. And then, of course, Shanahan said last week that, well, kind of everyone does it, but we don't because we want to be fair.
Don't believe you.
Right? And so I said, that's odd. If this were a compliment, why does he have to add that they don't do it and because they're trying to be fair? Nick Wagner at ESPN replied to my tweet and said, oh, he clearly said that tongue-in-cheek.
Did he?
I didn't take it tongue-in-cheek. No. I didn't. I took it as he was backing his guy. Like, you could have diffused it right there if you were Shanahan. I thought he put more fuel on the fire.
Yeah. We've seen coaches answer that question. I don't know how many times they say, look, they prepare their guys really well. They take advantage of whatever they can take advantage of. That's all that need to be said.
Look, coaches do it all the time.
Yeah.
You run play A, and maybe I said this last week to you guys. I can't remember. You run play A, okay, and you see how they react to it. Or you see what defense they call. Or you see whether they check out of whatever we're going to into something else. So you file that away, and you see that on film, too. You see the team they played the week before do that same thing, okay? So then you look at that, and you go, okay, when we show this, they're going to show that and then check to that. So now we're going to check to this. That's essentially what it is. And what they're figuring out is we can run another play off of that looks just like that, and now we're going to catch them in a bad defensive alignment because we figured out what they're going to check to. That's all that is. And yes, can you see guys making a signal on the defense or maybe on the sideline? Absolutely. Are you looking at that? Absolutely. Is every team looking at that? Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you?
Correct. It's not. You're not setting up a camera and filming a practice. You're looking at game tape. And you're looking at everything that you can see on the game tape. And by the way, it's no different than the quarterback going like this, like, hey, or canning the call, or going like this, canceling the call, whatever. It's no different than any of that. It's the same thing. Every coach does it. Dylan, am I right? As a coach in the back room here, every coach does that
He's
stuff.
brushed up his resume in there.
I was on the phone.
Oh, sorry. I mean, coaches watch film all the time. They see whatever they can find out about these teams. When we're in this, they will line up in that, so we can change out of this.
NFL coaches probably watch at least 15 hours of film every day, roughly.
Every day?
That. Not every day, but whatever you think is a lie, they probably double that.
Yeah, true.
In a day.
So it's not that big of a deal. I never thought it was that big of a deal, to be honest with you. But again, I'm not the one who said we've been accused of stealing something.
It's just a way of diminishing somebody's accomplishment. Even if you say, well, it's legal, but there's no but. It's legal. They're doing something within the rules to try to gain an advantage.
Right. You're in a position where you could just compliment them on how well they get their team prepared.
Yes.
Right. For
They're
situations
they're
in
tough
game.
and by the way, how does he know how much the Jags have really been employing this in the first 3 weeks? How much of that can you tell from watching the film? Yeah, honestly, I think he was mad at Udinski because he was on the staff in Minnesota last year, and he referenced Minnesota.
Correct.
Who beat the Jets when Saleh was the coach and felt like Minnesota knew everything that was coming. Well, so he, I guess, by association, they've got a couple guys from that Minnesota
You took a shot
staff.
at McVay. He's like, the guys from the McVay tree. Okay, well, now you got to play McVay twice, right?
Isn't McVay from the Shanahan tree?
Well, Shanahan's from the McVay tree. Or the other way around? I don't know which way it is. I mean, look, again, they all do it. Everybody does it. It's not that big of a deal. And we made it into, we meaning the media, I think we did. And look, this also was a social media problem. The video got out. It got blown up on social media.
Which one? The
original one.
Oh, okay.
No, the original one. And then that gets blown up. Everybody sees it. So then you're asking Cohen on Friday or whatever day it was. Yeah, Friday. Hey, what about Saleh saying this? And he's like, I'm not going to go there. Everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. And he's mad. Then so we're watching. What's he doing after the game? Are they going to talk? What's going to happen? So we sort of kind of created the whole problem.
I think Liam heard the comment. I don't think he was running a Twitter poll. He was ticked.
He was pissed.
He was
you could tell.
I don't think the social media or the media created any of that. Robert Saleh created 100% of that, and then Kyle Shanahan poured fuel on the fire. So they got nobody to point the finger at but themselves, as far as I'm concerned. Somebody wanted to know on the text line, did he really say he'd murder Liam? Basically, and not using that word, but
I will bleeping end you.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yes, right. I'm just saying he didn't say I will murder you. He didn't literally use the word
talking about Call of Duty.
Murder. But
dad can
somebody
beat up
asked,
your dad.
Could there be any league punishment for Saleh for threatening his life? I don't think the league wants to go down that road. There's all kinds of stuff that is probably said on the football field that.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they will either, but that's been blown up now. I mean, it's out there. It's video of it, audio of it, protect the shield kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Children, they saw it.
They can't do the throat slash anymore.
What are they going to do?
Well, they can't do the throat slash anymore. They can't do the finger guns anymore.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I would say saying you're going to end you might be something.
End your career as an effective play caller. See, I could spin.
Well,
that.
see, now, if you had said that, that's better. If you're solid.
Yes. Well, I'm sure that's what he meant.
Yes.
I'm sure.
That's exactly. Yeah, I don't expect. I mean, the league could, but I don't know that they're.
Yeah, I don't, and I frankly don't care.
No,
at this
right. I
point.
think the league wants this just to die.
I'm sure they do, and not literally.
No, not literally.
Not the way Saleh wants it.
Right.
Not threatening someone.
Can we move on to the next controversy the league says?
Yes. All right. By the way, D-Rock is in a day early this week for those asking, and Ozier will join us tomorrow. It has to do with Liam Cohen's schedule switching around because of the Monday night game.
Right.
And
now, all you Wednesday people are going to have to decide if you like me better on Wednesday or you like me better on Thursday.
Well, yeah, I like you better on Thursday because at least we've had one day of practice before we go drafting.
Yeah, I'm not real comfortable doing breakfast bowl picks with no injury reports anywhere in the league. But we'll do it.
It is what it is.
Might have to do it again when I go to London.
Or you just get a bunch of zeros.
Or
it could be that.
Yes, I could hire someone to do it for me.
We'll figure it out. All right, let's go to the lines here for the first time. We want to come back then and get into MVP candidates for the Jags because I think there are at least 5 that I hear mentioned getting the most praise. So we'll get into that. That's kind of why we didn't make it a poll. We didn't want to limit and cut anybody off that anybody would have wanted to vote for. So if you want to, you can go to the X platform at MD_1010XL. Go to any of it. You can go to the text line, what have you, and just let us know who you think is the Jags MVP through the first month of the season. By the way, happy October, everybody. Darren, going to be first up today. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, guys. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on did anybody go back, because I did last night, in detail I really hated that they blew the first play of the game dead. Did anybody else think that was a fumble? Because they said, they said down by contact. He was not down. The ball was clearly moving and was coming out. And so I hated that that's the way the game started off, that they blew the play dead. I'm also glad to see that Brad Rogers' crew is going to be on Monday Night Football. I think they're a very fair officiating crew, not to say we're getting home cooking, but and then last but not least, I want to ask you guys, do you think the Jags and the Chiefs, either team that wins the toss will defer to the second half? I just hang up and listen.
All right. I don't know what I think the Jags, what did they do? They came out on defense against Houston, right? Because I think they felt like it was going to be a lower scoring game.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
set the tone early.
You wanted to, and set the field position, right? It's more of a field position game in the first half. I could see the Jags taking the ball against Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City coming off putting up 37 points. I don't know, though. What do you think?
Yeah. Ooh. I think I don't know. If it's me, the unit that's playing the best right now is my defensive unit.
That's true.
I'm the coach, and I want to set the tone. But then also, if I'm Liam Cohen, I'm thinking we can run the crap out of the ball on anybody. And look, put Chris Jones out there and let us run it down your throat, and then that'll set the tone for the rest of the game too. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know which way he'd go.
All right, so what about do you recall the first play? I'm trying to bring up the all 22 right now.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't a fumble. I thought he was already down, but of the 10 or 12 things out of that game, that was probably not something that I put very high to worry about. There was other stuff that went on after that, but I didn't. By the way,
why is that the loudest sound your phone makes, that damn QR code reader? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have your phone muted. You read that QR code, man. It's like an emergency alert.
If you have an
on.
iPhone, it doesn't do that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
I have everything muted, so it doesn't do that.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
you're one of those. That's why it's green. That's why the group text is green.
What's wrong with green on the group text? I don't even notice. What are you talking about?
Everybody knows.
He don't know.
Let's
move along.
You guys are way too concerned about stuff that's stupid to be concerned about. It seems like.
Says the guy who uses the green, who makes the text chain green. Everybody out there knows
right,
what
because I'm not concerned about what color the text chain is. Exactly. That's the point.
And that's why we hate people like you.
All right. Well, there's plenty of reasons to get in line. So you thought he was down, though, on the first play of the game. All right. I'm about to watch it.
I didn't. And I think the replay, if I'm trying to remember, we looked at it in the press box as it was being shown. I didn't think that there was anything that showed it to me that he definitely was not down. So I didn't really think about that play much after it happened, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I'm going to the condensed game replay now, so I have to watch the kickoff first, and then I'll be able to weigh in on this one. And then we'll get into MVP candidates for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, you're talking about that? It is on the kickoff. Yeah, it looked to me like he was down there as well. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And then, of course, the first actual play, Juszczyk, so wide open, he could fall down, get up, and pick up a huge chunk. That's when I was like, oh, man.
This isn't going to be good, right?
Right. And like the Gardeck one where it's 3rd and 1, and he took a peek at McCaffrey. He's like, let him go.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute.
We don't need to cover that guy.
That guy is the one guy you need to be covering right here. But, hey, Jags won, so most is good in the world at 3-1. Let's come back and discuss the players that have carried them to this 3-1 record, who are most responsible for their record right now based on their performance. Who are the top MVP candidates for the Jags? Let's get into that when we return in a moment. Mike DeRocco is here a day early. That means John Ogier will be in tomorrow with us.
He'll be a day late.
He'll be a day late, and hopefully not $1 short. Mm-hmm. But we will not be getting breakfast courtesy of Dylan Denmark or anybody else, as far as I know. He doesn't complain about my text color. So that's why I like Oj. That's why I have him ranked so highly in the co-host rankings. All right, we'll come back with D-Rock. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Looking for the ultimate tailgate spot this football season? Front Runners Tap House has 20-plus televisions, including a massive 396-inch television, so you won't miss a single play. Sink your teeth into extra crispy brine wings, smash burgers, and flatbreads. Fan favorites inspired by the local. Cold beer, a full bar, and the sound always on for every big game. Bring the family and catch every touchdown at Front Runners Tap House, inside the Community First Igloo.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Spring Frenzy here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coil Fencing. Coil has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coil has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coil Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. Coil Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season is finally here, and with that, hopefully comes cooler weather. And if you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Swing for the future of veterans and military spouses at Operation New Uniform's second annual Patriot Games Golf Tournament. I'm Michelle McManaman.
And I'm Pete Langlois. Join us Monday, October 6th. Register today at onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch. It's a Mike DeRocco Thursday on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
All right, somebody wants to know, is there a sale on Jaguars tickets that Dan and Jeff were talking about? I know this. There are tickets available. That's what I know. I would call 633-2000 and ask them what kind of discounts. I have seen some promo codes running around. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what they are. But if you're on X or social media, maybe Jaguars promo codes you could search.
Yeah, punch in D-Rock 50, see what happens.
Charge an extra 50 is what'll happen. The D-Rock tax. is what's coming down. D-Rock, if I'm naming MVP candidates, who's the first guy that springs to mind for you?
On this team?
Yeah.
I'm not. That's a lot. There's a lot of guys that come to mind. That's the funny thing.
And the first one is?
Jordan Lewis.
Jordan Lewis, okay. Tell me why.
I think first of all, he's been better than I expected he would be. And he's been playing at a very, very high level. And he's done it from the moment he got here. He was like that in camp. His ability to create the turnovers has really, I think, kind of sparked this defense more so than anybody else. And a couple of really good plays where he's picked off some. And I just think he's changed the attitude and the atmosphere in that defensive back room and also the entire defense. I think he's sort of kind of led that attitude change on the defense. So I think he's the guy. Great in the locker room, great on the field. I think he would be, if I'm naming an MVP right now, it'd probably be him.
Yeah, I think you're right about, he had the pick in the first game. I think he has 2 picks. Does he have a fumble recovery as well?
I believe so, yes.
I believe so.
Right? So, 3 turnovers created, and you're right. It didn't do much in this game against the 49ers, or at least not statistically. That doesn't mean he played poorly, but he did get off to such a hot start that I think people were saying, hey, look, that validated James Gladstone's vision. He was the first free agent they went out and went after, and they signed immediately on the first day of free agency as kind of like a tone setter. They thought he could be maybe the best nickel corner in the league. It's not something that we generally look at, Tony, and rank the best nickels in the league, because a lot of times nickels are guys that are not capable of playing on the outside for the full 60 minutes, but some guys are just better off as an inside corner. Jordan Lewis has proved he can do both because when they are in base defense, he'll be out there with Tyson Campbell. So
and they'll move him in and put somebody else on the outside. When they want to go, they go to those 3 corner looks. I was trying to find it. I did find it again. I saw Next Gen put out a tweet yesterday specifically about Jordan Lewis when he's the nearest defender in pass coverage this season. After the first 4 weeks, 25.9 passer rating allowed, 3.9 yards allowed per target, no touchdowns, 2 picks, minus 24.5% catch rate allowed over expected. Lewis has the lowest passer rating allowed among players targeted 20-plus times this season.
That seems good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like A.J. Boye-ish, right? When he came here that first year.
That impact, yeah.
He had the lowest passer rating against of any corner in the league by a pretty significant margin that year. Jalen was the All-Pro. Boye had the best season of any cornerback in the league in 2017.
He was second-team All-Pro that year.
He was, but, it's Jalen just went to show you, Jalen was good, but,
AJ was on another level.
Right, but the name recognition gets you in the door first.
And it's apparently just as good on PFF. I saw this one, too. Jordan Lewis, 83.5 coverage rating on PFF.
That's high.
Ranked second among NFL corners with 100-plus coverage snaps in the entire season. Jordan Lewis is having, that kind of A.J. Boye type year. It's only a month into it, but he is having that kind of impact.
How do you measure Josh Hines-Allen's impact on this team? Because it's not in the pure stats, right? Among the guys, he is ranked at Pro Football Reference. He's ranked, I think, 8th in the league in pressures. Okay, different sites are going to measure it
differently. Yes.
Okay, but so he's a top 10 pressure getter. He's the only guy in the top 14 who doesn't have at least 1 full sack this year.
It's funny.
Right? That doesn't mean he hasn't been impactful, but you look at Brian Burns, he's got 5. Several guys have 4, and that are all in that same range in terms of, and they're converting their pressures to sacks. Josh is getting consistent pressure. So how do you measure that? He did make the game-changing play, or contributed to the game-changing play on Antonio Johnson's interception against Houston, the game clincher right there. I'm not saying he hasn't been impactful. It's just tougher, I think, to measure that when you don't have the primary statistic for him being filled.
If he had 3 sacks, then you would probably be like, oh, my God,
I would agree.
In the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year.
Probably so.
Because of how much pressure he's gotten. He is wreaking havoc. He just ate up Trent Williams last week. Just ate him up. And yes, he doesn't have what he has, just a half sack. But he's been so good. And against the run, too. He's been really, really good. I
8 quarterback hits, which is
and his
twice
pressure
as many
rate,
as Trayvon.
I think in ESPN or True Media's pressure rate, I think he ranks in the top 10 for sure. I think he's in the top 7. He's just been all over the quarterback. He's just not finishing at the time. Now, he had a couple of plays. I think one of Devin Lloyd's sacks came after Josh sort of flushed the quarterback out.
The one Smoot sack was when Josh took 2 guys.
Yeah, and they had like a little twist game going, and Smoot was the beneficiary of it. So, yeah, he doesn't have maybe as many sacks as he probably could, but he's impacting the quarterback a ton.
I wonder how many of the picks that they have this year are on plays where Josh Allen forced a bad throw. Like, that kind of thing is not quantifiable, except someone got the pick. Like, it's like the Smoot sack.
There's
he
at
doesn't
least
get credit, but he made the play.
There's at least 2, Houston and in the opener. I think he was all right in Bryce Young's face and caused one of those picks as well. So it's at least 2.
Yeah, it's tough to quantify that. Like, we can sit there and go there, but if you're like, but I did feel like you feel him.
You feel his presence on the field. Yes.
Right. So I didn't want to put a 4-person poll. Again, I think there are 5 top candidates. I think Jordan Lewis is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh is one of them. And I didn't want to leave any one of these guys out today. And so we can continue to discuss. There's another obvious candidate on the defensive side. You just said his name a moment ago, but we'll talk about Devin Lloyd's impact through the first month of the season and what might his future hold here in Jacksonville as well when we return. If you've got a candidate that you'd like to put forward or just stump for your guy, let us know on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines at 641-1010. Who do you think the Jags MVP is through the first month of the 2025 season? This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. The bank opens for business and America watches when the Monday Night Lights turn teal. It's pride, power, and primetime swagger. Feel the Duval energy. Jaguars, Chiefs. It's Monday Night Football on 1010XL.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on 1010XL. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 1st, 2004, Ichiro Suzuki breaks the single-season hit record, getting his 258th hit of the season.
Parker McCullum. Live 2026. Friday and Saturday, March 27th and 28th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Multi-platinum selling artist Parker McCullum. Special guests Max McNown and Lacey K. Booth. On sale now at AXS.com. Parker McCullum Live.
Jacksonville is game time, and just like the Jaguars fight for every yard on the field, Duck Duck Rooter fights for every customer at home. From plumbing repairs to septic pump outs to keeping your AC cool all season long, we've got the winning playbook. Duck Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and delivers championship service every time. When plumbing, septic, or AC problems put you on defense, don't fumble the call. Dial 904-862-6769 or visit DuckDuckRooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the Amco transmissions nearest you at AmcoJacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Jacksonville, archery season is here, and nobody does archery like Green Acres Sporting Goods, home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. Come test shoot the newest bows from Matthews, Hoyt, Raven, and all the top brands. And starting this month, take advantage of Florida's sales tax holiday on all Second Amendment related items, running now through the end of the year. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, D-Rock in the house with us here, and we're taking a look at the guys that have helped propel the Jaguars to a 3-1 early season record. And, you know, a lot of people telling me over the last couple of days, Devin Lloyd should be the defensive player of the year so far in the National Football League. You know what? He's got a decent case for it, right? Sure. He's got 3 interceptions. He's got a lot of tackles. I think he's the 3rd leading tackler on the team right now. Who are the 2 leading tacklers on the Jaguars? One's easy, one maybe not as much. Who you got?
Well, I know Foyer's in the lead.
He's the leader, right? That'd be the one you would assume would be at the top. Who's the 2nd leading tackler? Anybody jump in if they think they know
Jordan Lewis?
Not Jordan Lewis. Tony?
Wingard?
Not Dewey. Jordan Lewis is 6th on the team. Dewey is 4th. It's Tyson Campbell. Who,
that makes sense. He had the big tackle week last week.
He has been, to me, noticeable in doing a good job just getting ball carries on the ground. I think the Jags this year, I don't know, what can a defensive coordinator come in and tell a team any differently than any other coach? Tackle better. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they are doing that better in space this year than any Jaguar team I've seen in a long time. I know it's only 4 weeks, but like when in the past, somebody threw a ball to the flat 8 out of 10 times, they're making the first guy miss on the Jags and picking up 13 yards, whatever. You know what I mean? And now it's like 8 out of 10 times that first defender is getting that guy on the ground after a short gain at the most. What's gotten into them?
I don't know the answer to that. You know, why are they now forcing turnovers when it's a large amount of the same guys that were on the team last year that didn't force turnovers?
Those can be a little bit fluky. I feel like tackles, though, are like something that should be kind of consistent. Either you're a good tackling team or you're not. Sometimes you'll blow a tackle, but you know what? Generally, a team gets a reputation.
I do think that it was pretty evident to those guys, not to those of us outside. That didn't show up until later on in the season, but it was pretty evident to those guys that Rick Nielsen was not the guy, that they didn't. Ryan Nielsen. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know. I do. I call Fred Warner Fred Jackson almost 100%
You know,
of the time.
It's funny. It was from the London broadcast last year. They said it on TV, And I was like, oh, Rick Nielsen. And I'm like, oops. And now I can't stop calling him Rick Nielsen. But they didn't like him. They didn't respect him. And when you're playing for a guy you don't like and respect and stuff's not going right, maybe the total effort isn't there.
Maybe.
That it should be. And maybe guys are just like, oh, well, you know what I mean? And by the way, you're 0-4 and the season's in the toilet.
You get off to a slow start. It's easy to keep that intensity level up when you're getting the results.
I mean, when you're having success, everything is better.
But in part, they're having success because of that, because they are performing better in this area.
They're holding themselves, I think, to a higher standard than they did at any point the last 2 years.
All right, so what has gotten into Devin Lloyd? Do you think Anthony Campanile has utilized him differently? I mean, because again, this is the team themselves were telling us a month ago that he and Ventrell Miller should be considered co-starters, right, on their own depth chart. And Ventrell played a good bit in week 1. But since then, it's been the Devin Lloyd show for the most part. Third on the team in tackles. He has 2 tackles for loss. He's got the 3 interceptions, which has been phenomenal. And generally just doesn't seem like a liability in coverage, and it's because it's not just
5 fumbles.
What's that?
He's recovered 5 fumbles
in his career.
In his career. 1 this year. Yeah. Like he was a guy that early in his career, he was around the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Like he was doing that kind of stuff. It just was no consistency. And in pass coverage, he was never around the ball the last 2 years. Right. Like everyone was just kind of running away from him. This year, he's found a way.
I think, first of all, they're using him a little bit differently. They're using him more as a rusher, which I think is fantastic because he's really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you watch, and it's a little bit like Josh in that he may not be getting home,
right?
But he is causing some problems.
The Armstead sack this week, Devin was right there.
Correct. Devin Lloyd hit Purdy just after the ball was swatted away. So he's being used a little bit differently that way, and they've got him in the right spot. He understands now where he's supposed to be, and he's not getting caught up in some of the eye candy stuff that kind of cost him a little bit of half second of thought, which a half second in the NFL, that's
a half step, and that guy's passed.
Yeah, exactly. So Lukabu deserves a lot of credit for getting him focused and aligned right and getting his head in the right spot, and Campanile for figuring out the best way to use him.
Yeah.
I don't know what his future holds here. I really don't, because we're a month into the season. You got to see how it plays out.
And that's what Locke said yesterday. Let's just get to the off season and evaluate.
He had a good start. Don't forget, he was a rookie of the month in the NFL his first year. The first month of September. He was a rookie of the month in September, NFL Defensive Rookie of the Month. And it's kind of all downhill there after that. But if you're around the ball, he seems to have a knack when he's around the ball for making something happen. And that's a good trait.
Fred Taylor is right. Get your butt on the ground, because those 2. I was like, man, you go back and watch those 2 returns. You're like, how many guys you gonna let have a shot at you here? The last thing you need is get the turnover, give it right back, and give him a 1st and 10. But
he's trying to juke in there like he's Barry Sanders on that last one.
It's all good if you hang on to it.
The first interception.
Look, he's got 3 interceptions, fumble recovery. Devin Lloyd has outperformed almost everyone's realistic expectations for him so far this year. Let's get to the phones here. Dennis in Mayport next up on Jaguars Today. Dennis, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing today?
Very well, thank you. What's up?
Awesome. I got my sailors lined up at the USO Mayport over here for free tickets Monday night. The base is buzzing. The city's buzzing.
Nice.
We want to thank them for that. Looking forward to the game Monday. The defense is so good. I think they keep us in it. Do you guys think this is Trevor's game to win? Does it come down to him making a couple of plays to make this happen for us?
Boy, I don't think it's
going to happen eventually.
Dennis, I think that would be the ideal scenario, honestly, right? Like everything else, you could have, look, if we win, we win. I'm going to be happy no matter what form it comes in. But what could be better than having Trevor Lawrence on Monday Night Football? We know everything has been said, some fair, some unfair about Trevor, right? And his play has not always met expectations. Sometimes it's been better than it's been given credit for. But to have it come down to Trevor Lawrence versus Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football and have Trevor be the one with the ball in his hands with 2 minutes to go or less than 2 minutes to go with the Jags needing a score and have him deliver and have it be him that delivers with big clutch throws, going through his reads the whole 9 yards. I mean, I don't know how the game's going to play out, D-Rock, but if I could choose the script, that's the script I want to see.
Yeah, and look, Chargers game in the playoffs. I mean, it was all on Trevor to bring him back. Now, he was partly all on him that they were down a little bit.
It was all on him that they were down and dug in that hole.
He put that team on his back and carried them the rest of in that second half, late in the first half and into the second half.
Yeah, but that's 3 years ago now, right?
Correct,
correct. For us, we remember it like it was yesterday. Nationally, people were like, oh, yeah, they did win that game, right? He threw 4 picks. It's okay, that's your one that you got back then. I mean, that's what I'm saying, like the outside opinion of him.
I think in reality, what they would much prefer is they control the game the whole way. They're running the hell out of the football.
Oh, sure.
There's 2 or 3 critical throws that Trevor makes, and they win, by 14 or 7 or whatever. There's no late game drama, no takeaway at the end to seal it kind of thing. But yeah, look, for Trevor, this offense has not hit its stride yet in the past game. It's not even been close.
No.
And there have been opportunities for him to make some big plays down the field, and he hasn't taken it for whatever reason. He's got to hit some of those at some point. He's got to start hitting some of those at some point, just because it will make the offense. Like teams are saying, okay, we'll try and stop the run. We're going to make Trevor beat us because we don't think he can.
And by the way, I'm not saying that he can't. And he has come through in big moments this year for the Jags. Big moments against Houston. The run on 4th down, the throw to BTJ that he checked out of a run play to, those are big moments.
Yeah.
But that is regional AFC South audiences watching that. This is versus Mahomes on Monday Night Football, and I know he's not playing against Mahomes. I'm just saying that I hope it plays out that way, and Trevor comes out and leads the Jags to a win. Sure, they'd rather win by 14 or 21 and dominate every single game.
Right.
But I would give that up to see it play out that way and have Trevor lead the Jags to come out on top in that
If it
moment.
goes that way, then the Jags are pretty likely to just replace Kansas City and all the power polls that are going around the league right now. Now, none of that really matters. 4-1 would be what the bigger thing is. But Kansas City's back at 5 or 6 in a bunch of polls because they're Kansas City and they've won twice in a row, right? So everyone's like, oh, they're on their way back.
But I get it. They've got that DNA, and they've been without their top 2 receivers.
But if
and then they get one of them back, and they put up 37.
Right. But if they win, and now Kansas City goes to 2-3, and the Jags are 4-1, it's like, oh, maybe we should be paying attention to this Jaguars team a little bit more than we have been. I think they might jump into the top 5 or 6 in the league.
All right, we got to take a timeout, getting a little behind here. Going into hour number 2, we'll continue the conversation with you. If you'd like to get in on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines at 641-1010. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. 1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss Wednesday.
On Jaguars Today.
It's time to get up and go to the Jacksonville Fall RV Show, Thursday through Sunday, October 2nd through 5th at the Jacksonville Equestrian Center, with hundreds of RVs on display with lifestyle booths, and register to win $250 gift cards every day. It's Northeast Florida's largest RV show, Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 5, Sunday, 10 to 4. Adults, $10, kids under 12, free. Seniors get half off on Thursday. Military and first responders half off every day. It's the Jacksonville Fall RV Show.
Jacksonville was built on specialists.
We be special.
Now the Special Teams Player of the Week, sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipeline.
Parker Washington was dynamic in Northern California. The young punt returner, although he'd only returned one punt in the contest, it would prove to be special, taking it back 87 yards for a touchdown. He was in control and on a roll. Parker was producing, and he's your Superior Plumbing and Pipelining Special Teams Player of the Game.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Kuhn Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is RJ with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call on Kuhn Flowers. They do it all.
When you want to be heard, send your opinion to the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Thank you for believing in me when the bosses didn't give me a chance.
641-1010. No texting and driving. Get your thoughts heard on 1010XL.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 five-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Find a location near you at hurricanewings.com.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron. Totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens. Also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
1010XL and 92.5 FM congratulates our hometown Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They won the National AAA Championship with a ninth-inning walk-off home run to win 8-7 over Las Vegas.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. The Jacksonville Jaguars have signed 25-year-old quarterback Carter Bradley to their 16-man practice squad, releasing Seth Hennigan in a corresponding move. Bradley is an undrafted free agent raised in Jacksonville during his father Gus Bradley's tenure as head coach from 2013 to 2016. He has previously spent time with the Las Vegas Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers. Right now, 76 degrees at 11:03, time and 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, D-Rock in the house. Yes, your calendar has not done you wrong. We flipped days with John Oehser this
Wednesday,
week.
Yeah.
Typically Liam Cohen has a press conference that D-Rock covers at 10:20 on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that's been moved to Thursday. this
week.
week.
The Monday night game.
Yeah, because the Monday night. The media schedule is pushed back a day across the board.
Yeah, the guys
Who knows what day I'll be hearing next week?
Who knows? Who knows? Well, you won't. If you're here, you're in the wrong place, right? Here, these airwaves, correct. But this building, not so much. What's going to happen to this building, by the way?
I do not know.
They did a lot with the one across the street after we moved out, huh?
Yeah.
Nice home for the Crickets.
I mean, eventually they boarded it up. I heard some people were making good use out of living in it for a while.
There's some art on it.
There is some graffiti, some modern, I don't know what you call it, but yes, art. We'll just go with art. Anyway, won't be our issue. So enjoy it.
The new spot,
9117 Hogan Road, looking for a new tenant as of next Monday. So there you have it. At least, unless we get pushed back, we're good, right? As far as you know, Tony.
As far as I know,
new building. I'm very excited about it. We toured it. It looks fantastic. You're gonna love it, D-Rock, if you can find it. I think the biggest issue is, especially for the person who loses the breakfast bowl this week, we have no idea about the food options in the area. So hope for the best.
There's a Mexican restaurant right beside the station, which I don't think is going to do us any good.
Do they do breakfast?
I don't think so.
Isn't there a Dunkin' like right off University?
Well, that's your go-to, isn't it?
I love Dunkin' coffee.
I know you do.
I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
I know you do. Let me get Sean on the south side. Then let's get into some offensive candidates for MVP for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sean, you're on Jaguars Today. Go ahead, please.
Hey, morning. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
With Trayvon possibly being out, I know nothing came out yet, but how bad is that going to affect us? And also, what do you guys feel about maybe Campanile letting Devin Lloyd getting some reps out the end? Because I'm not too confident in Agba. Maybe they can rotate him and Gardak at the end, and I'll take y'all comments offline.
All right, I appreciate it. I think I would assume Smoot would just take Trayvon's place in the starting lineup if that were the case. Nobody else really shifts anything. And then you accelerate the play. Like Smoot gets Trayvon's playing time, and then, one of the BJ Green or Danny Strigauer gets some time to take the reps that Smoot would have gotten, that kind of thing. And we just don't know right now. The hope is, D-Rec, you tell me if I'm wrong here. I don't want to say anything incorrect. The hope is that Trayvon can play possibly with a club on his hand for Monday. Has not been ruled out to play on Monday, though.
Correct. Yeah, that's what they're hoping. But, they'll know more as we get closer.
And how effective can you be with a club on your hand?
Because that's a big part of his game is power. And
absolutely.
You generate that with his, he could, that would be a severely limited thing for him. But, he's going to go if he can. Because we all know about that. We all know that about Trayvon. Is if there's any way he can play, he's going to play.
I'd rather have Trayvon with a club than not have Trayvon, obviously. But not having a fully effective other edge. Those two guys are above the crowd. I understand that Eric Armstead has the 2.5 sacks. It doesn't feel like he's getting his presence in the backfield. Now, it's paying off. He's got the quarterback on the ground or knocked the ball loose in this case this week. But
that's the thing. One of those sacks is swatting the ball loose. So that counts as a sack.
Absolutely.
So it's not the same thing, but it kind of is the same thing.
And you know what? Josh Hines-Allen was 1/10 of a second from having a sack fumble instead of tipping a ball that ended up being intercepted.
Correct.
From C.J. Stroud. Got his hand on it. Really don't get any credit for the play other than us acknowledging we saw it.
Yeah, he gets a PBU on that play. That's what he got on that play.
All right, Dylan, why don't we fire up today's 10-10 take, if you would?
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company, veteran owned and operated.
All right, for me, when we talk about MVPs, I think the first guy that you got to mention on this team is Travis Etienne. Third in the league in running. This team has been able to run the ball effectively like they haven't been able to for a while now. And the breakaway run is back in the breakaway big play, whether it's a reception or a run. He's got 3 touchdowns. He's got a long run of 71 yards, and he didn't even score on that one. Had the 48-yarder this week, averaging 6.5 yards a carry. And handling the workload and been a pretty good receiver. He had the drop a couple weeks ago, but we've had a lot of those to go around. He hasn't been heavily targeted in the passing game, but, he's an effective weapon out in space. And D-Rock, I like what Bajal Tutin brings to this team and what his future might be with this team. I don't think the Jags are 3-1 if Travis Etienne wasn't here. And who knows how Tank Bigsby would have performed, let's say, if Etienne had gotten traded this offseason. Maybe it would be just as good, but, that he beat him out. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason for it, and we're seeing that play out every Sunday up to this point so far.
Yeah, Travis Etienne leads the league yards per carry, 7.1 among, rushers anyway. Qualified rushers, which is another byproduct of those long runs. But I looked it up yesterday. 71 and 48 yards are his long runs of the year, 2 long runs of the year. That's as many 20-plus yards runs as he had last year. And they were 22 and 20 yards.
Right. By the way, it's 6.1 yards a carry.
Yeah, what did I say?
7.1.
Oh, 6.1. Sorry, yes. So he had the longest run he had last year was 22 yards. He is playing at a different level right now, and it is the key to that offense. I mean, Tutin is pretty good, and I think he's going to be a pretty good back in a year. You know what I mean? And I think LaQuint Allen's going to be a pretty good back in a year as they, get. But right now, you got to be riding Travis Etienne in this run game. And if you said to me that this is where they would have been after 4 weeks, I would have thought, okay, well, then that means it's been a pretty good running back by committee, that they would be 3rd in the NFL in rushing or 4th in the NFL
Brian
in rushing.
Thomas has big numbers.
Right, and, we've seen a lot of runs on those jet sweeps that they've run.
Sure.
But it's been largely Etienne, and he's in a contract year, too. I mean, he's helping himself out with this, too. Yeah.
There's no question about that, but regardless of the circumstances, he's producing for this team. I mean, he stands out so far ahead of the pack. I think the other guy in office is Brenton Strange. And we didn't want to leave out because he is the leading receiver on this team.
Yes.
In catches and yards. We know his impact in the run game is massive as well. So, how do you quantify that? Right? It's not like, if you sat down with the coaching staff and they said, oh, here's all the extra we're getting because of Brenton Strange. I'm sure you could quantify it. But for most people, they just realize we see him lay a guy out once or twice a week. And every other down, he's giving full effort, and he's been the most reliable set of hands that Trevor Lawrence has had to throw to so far this year. And when it comes to just converting your opportunities into catches. So I just felt like if we left any one of the 5 out, Jordan Lewis, Josh Hines-Allen, Devin Lloyd, or those 2 offensive guys, that would have been doing a disservice to the other one.
Oh, for sure. And, we can have all the conversations we can have as we did early in the show about how they got to 3-1 and what's been most impressive. We just had all these conversations about MVPs all over the place on the team. We haven't, because we shouldn't be talking about Brian Thomas Jr. or Travis Hunter, right? Like those guys, I think Hunter's had more of an impact than Brian Thomas has to this point, but those were guys that we thought, whoa, they could be stars, like league-wide stars going into this season. They haven't played to that kind of level yet, and they've still found a way to get to 3-1.
So there is some room for growth.
Yeah.
But also, is this offensive line going to play at this high of a level?
Sure.
All season long? I hope so. You never know. Like, we always think the good things are going to maintain and we're going to get better in the bad things.
Right.
It doesn't always work that way. But the nice thing is, as somebody pointed out earlier, we're not just talking about the kicker, the punter, and the usual band of suspects.
D-Rock, you've done that game with us before. Thank goodness.
There are legitimate MVP candidates. I'm pretty sure we asked this last year.
Why am I in trouble when those guys didn't get it done? What the heck?
All right, we got to take a break here. We're getting behind. Breakfast Bowl coming up on the other side. D-Rock on a day early. John Ogier will be in with us tomorrow for the second hour of the program. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here for my friends at Dandy Foods. That's right, nearly 70 years of delicious products served up to the Jacksonville community by the Thompson family, who created Dandy way back in 1956. And man, do they have the full array from great breakfast items, lunch, dinner, whatever you want on the go, protein packs, gourmet salads, fruit cups, veggie trays, quick pick-me-up, need a little energy, Dandy's got your back. And you know, every Dandy product is made with the highest quality ingredients that the Thompsons can come across. Delivered fresh, prices kept in check, fantastic variety. It's all right there for you. And man, the quality of the food, the bread itself, so soft, so delicious, so mouth-watering. When you're driving around Duval wondering where to go, why don't you swing into the nearest Dailies, head to the Fresh Case, and marvel at the variety. Pick yourself out your favorite option and be on your way. When you're hungry in Duval, Dandy is absolutely the name to know. So when you are, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy. Do it today.
He talks, he listens, he tells stories only a coach could know.
So you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on 1010XL.
When it comes to your utility bill, JEA wants to help you use less so you can save more. We offer a variety of free programs, like efficiency and irrigation assessments that'll teach you ways to conserve energy and water around your home. Our alerts will let you know when your utility usage has reached a set amount, and our rebates can help you save when upgrading to more efficient appliances and equipment. Find even more ways to save at JEA.com.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Jaguars Today, Wednesday.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Chip Davis, director of the Flounder Pounder Fishing Tournament. We are fast approaching our 16th annual tournament benefiting the Jacksonville School for Autism. With the help of our amazing community, we raised over $1.4 million the last 15 years. This year's tournament will be held at Palm Valley Outdoors on the Intercoastal Waterway. Captain's meeting is Thursday night, October 9th, and the tournament is Saturday, October 11th. I'm inviting you and your family to come out and enjoy our tournament festivities, raise some money, and support autism awareness. Special thanks to U.S. Army Recruitment Jacks for their support. Flounder Pounder for Autism 2025. See you there.
There's a new story written every Friday night in every hometown in America.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Jacksonville, All Elite Wrestling is coming home to Daly's Place for 2 huge nights. Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and a special Wednesday Collision October 8th. Feel the real as the greatest professional wrestlers in the world deliver a homecoming to remember. Championships at stake on a Tuesday, and stars collide on a special night. It's AEW's Homecoming with Dynamite Title Tuesday, October 7th, and Collision October 8th. Tickets on sale now, starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
1010XL is your home for Florida Gators football. Protected by the law firm of Farrah and Farrah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Follow every Gators game on 1010XL.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller. Hey, pal, you look troubled. Is something bugging you?
This friendship isn't all upside for me, Jason. People keep asking me stuff about you.
They ask you about me?
Is it really cooler with Bueller, they ask. So I say, totally. And they say, how do you mean that? And I say, he fixes air conditioners, which literally makes somebody cool. But he also has cool sunglasses and cool people and a cool family.
And I try to make working at Bueller Air and Plumbing a really cool experience for our technicians and plumbers. We treat our people like gold, and they treat our homeowners the exact same way.
Great. Well, now there's another cool thing I've got to remember. This is a lot of responsibility, Jason.
Life can get hectic sometimes. If you don't take a moment to slow down and appreciate all the cool parts, you could miss it.
Do people ask you about me at all?
Weirdly, they do. Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people all across the world. Let's get ready for the Breakfast Bowl Challenge!
Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, so time for week 5, breakfast bowl, day early. We should decide here. We should have discussed this off the air, but we're just locking them in today. Is that right? Or do we want to go? We usually pick on Thursday. We have 1 day of the injury report to glance at.
I'd be fine with if you pick a player today and they show up on the injury report
today.
if you want to change it, and maybe we'll do that on Friday, but you don't get to do it based on, or maybe tomorrow, but if he shows up on the injury report, you get to switch out a player.
I don't know. What do you think, D-Rock?
I'd be okay with that kind of thing.
I'm okay with
You
that.
okay? Dylan, what do you think?
Sure.
All right.
Only one, though.
One player who, if you draft today, but he shows up on the injury, because we don't know if anybody's not practicing today.
Right, and we still do it in the same order.
In the same order. Right. So Dylan will get first dibs on down the line. But he has to have been at least limited in practice today.
Yes.
All right. We're getting way in the weeds here. All right, Tony, tell us how it went down in week 4.
Well, you took down the week with 106.88, and that's Puka had a monster.
Thank you, Puka.
Yeah, and it could have been, 120-ish. If that touchdown had gone the way it could have gone.
Love to craft. He hit the pylon, but it was a good call. The ball, did you see the one I'm talking about, right? Ball was an inch short of the pylon, and then Josh Jacobs gets all the glory. So that's a double dipper, 10-pointer taken off the board right there.
D-Rock's second on the week, 95.24. I was third, 67.08. And Dylan brought us breakfast this morning, 58.68.
I was free and clear after my first 2 players.
Yeah.
Puka and James Cook had me covered over Dylan, and I got to sit back. Thank you very much, and appreciate breakfast. I didn't eat it, but the folks I donated to at the front desk really enjoy my weekly donation. So, Dylan, Tony, D-Rock, myself, that's the draft order. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex. Maybe I should have Jamal St. Cyr draft for me because he beat my butt in Jaguars Today League 2 this week. Everyone in Jaguars Today League 2 has beat my butt this year, though, unfortunately. It's PPR scoring. Once you've taken a player, you can't take him again for the rest of the year. Once someone is taken, nobody else can double down on that same player in the same week, right? We're all on the same page. Mr. Denmark.
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. Yeah, that Baltimore defense is not exactly
healthy.
Not exactly good. Healthy is another word.
They were having issues when they were healthy this year.
Yes, Nico Collins, it is. All right, Tony.
Justin Fields.
Okay. D-Rock.
Devin A-Chan, whatever.
A-Chan. All right. A-Chan off the board. All right, let me get Jahmyr Gibbs. And, the ways to go on this one. I will take.
Do it.
Quentin Johnston.
Man, it's on my list.
Mine too.
At wide receiver. All right. Back to you, D-Rock.
I'm on Ra.
Okay. Tony, you got Fields.
Writing that one in. I will go. Go for the team up here. Yeah, let's do it. Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Denmark.
Cross him out real quick. Find him. Cross out. All right, let me get Jared Goff at quarterback.
Okay.
Then I will go. Jonathan Taylor at running back.
Okay. All right, Tony.
Scatterboo.
Cam Scatterboo.
He'll score 3 touchdowns this week.
I hope.
He was close last week, I hear.
According to your sources?
According to sources, yes.
George Pickens.
All right. All righty. Let me just see here. What do I want to do? All right, I'm going to go a lot of flex options. Let me get... I'll wait on QB, I think. Let me get Hunter Henry, a tight end, and then... Michael Pittman.
Junior?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
One is
Yes. No. His dad will flex and knock your eye out, though. All right. Back to you, D-Rock. feel like this is a low-energy breakfast bowl this week.
Very much.
Is it? Yeah.
Doesn't it? Feels a little low energy.
It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers.
All right, I'm running out of ink now. That's a damn shame for me. Tony, what do you got?
I will go Trey Benson.
Okay, now, since he missed practice on Monday, he was ruled to not practice on Monday. I feel like that's a pre-existing situation with Trey Benson coming in here. Am I wrong about that? Right? Because they on the Monday practice report for the Arizona Cardinals, they played last Thursday. Trey Benson, non-participant in practice, undisclosed injury.
Well, it could be, might not be an injury.
Okay.
Might be like he's out of, he had a family emergency. I don't know.
Okay, undisclosed. All right, so if it's undisclosed today and he's on the injury report with undisclosed, does that count?
I guess. I don't know. We said if he's on the injury report, limited participation today. I don't know.
All right.
Why are we making this so much harder?
Because this is the technicalities of the breakfast bowl. What do you got, Dylan?
I'll go Jake Ferguson at tight end.
Okay.
And then I'll go Cortland Sutton. Flex.
All right. Cortland Sutton it is. D-Rock. Or Tony, I'm sorry.
Dalton Schultz.
And Michael, you need your quarterback.
Kyler Murray.
All right. It's one of two guys I want to go with here. Give me Justin Herbert. Herbert. All right, here's what we got. Dylan goes Jared Goff, Jonathan Taylor, Nico Collins, Jake Ferguson, Cortland Sutton. Tony's got Justin Fields, Cam Scatterbo, Garrett Wilson, Dalton Schultz, and Trey Benson. D-Rock's Kyler Murray, Devon Achane, Amon-Ra, Brock Bowers, and George Pickens. And I'm going mostly low rent with Justin Herbert, Jahmyr Gibbs, Quentin Johnston, Hunter Henry, and Michael Pittman Jr. Breakfast Bowl locked in. I think I'm the underdog this week, just based on the name value. We'll take a break here. Let's come back. Let's talk about Brenton Strange's impact on this football team and whether he should be in the MVP discussion for the Jacksonville Jaguars through the first month of the season. Tony will take us around the rest of the NFL. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL, the Florida Gators.
Rolling tackle to 21, 15-10.
The Gators are ready to rumble and hungry for a side of beef.
He's in. Touchdown, Gators.
Florida, Texas kickoff at 3:30 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. Look, if your roof's got any damage, leaks, or it's just plain old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. Well, it's true. Quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget with Apex. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Visit Apex Roofing and Contracting at the Home and Patio Show this weekend.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Jags fans, this one's for you. If you've got MyGate rewards, you're already in the game. But now you've got a shot at the ultimate prize, meeting QB1 himself, Trevor Lawrence, at Everbank Stadium with 3 friends by your side. With the MyGate Rewards Gatorade Club, every 5 Gatorade items you purchase equals 1 entry toward your chance to win. Stack them up and score big. See store for details. Gear up for the season. Gates got you.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
All we you gotta do is put a drink. Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Jacksonville. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. With special guest Ashley McBride. That's why I leave a light on me. Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena, Friday, April 10th. Get tickets Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. Live at Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena, Friday, April 10th. Get tickets Friday, October 3rd. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Mike DeRocco is protected by Lee and Kate's Glass. New look, same great service on 1010XL.
All right, we were talking about tickets and any kind of sales and discounts. Doom tweeted in and said, regarding Monday night tickets, if you have a friend who is a season ticket holder, they can call and get solo seats for $30. But there were some available yesterday. I can't guarantee that that's an ongoing thing. They cannot be together. So you're talking about single ticket, get in price. Maybe you go hang out in the Bud Zone, do whatever you want to do. I don't know. But there are tickets available. I know there are other discount codes I've seen out there floating around on social media. So, there's no reason, no excuse, put it that way. You've known about this game coming up. And as we were just talking about on the break, D-Rock, you basically got everything you wanted this offseason. You wanted it ripped out by the roots.
Bulky
gone. Peterson gone. And it may have taken a while. You wanted Tony Baselli in as the EVP. You got that. You got young, fresh, aggressive
head coach,
offensive head coach and GM, young and aggressive. And, you've made moves. The results have shown up on the field. You got the Prowler throwbacks. You got, you're 3-1. You got the Chiefs coming in.
They're wearing the throwbacks again this week.
That's what I'm saying. They're wearing the throwbacks on Monday. It's everything you could possibly want for this game. So, hope to see you at the bank. That's all. Just passing that along. All right, before we get into Brenton Strange and the year he's been having with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tony's going to take us around the rest of the NFL.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Houston assigned offensive tackle Jarrett Kingston. Indianapolis assigned linebacker Buddy Johnson off of the Dallas practice squad. They cut linebacker Cameron McGrone. Cleveland has announced that Dylan Gabriel will be getting their start this week as they play over in London against Minnesota. Cleveland has also placed wide receiver Cedric Tillman on their injured reserve with a hamstring injury he suffered on Sunday. Las Vegas is placing offensive tackle Colton Miller on IR. He suffered a high ankle sprain and a hairline fracture playing this week. New York Jets running back Braylon Allen is getting a second opinion before the team makes a decision on whether or not to put him on short-term IR for an MCL sprain that he suffered on Monday night. Miami is signing wide receiver Cedric Wilson. off of the New Orleans practice squad. And Minnesota head coach Kevin O'Connell said that the team is hopeful that quarterback J.J. McCarthy will be able to get on the practice field sometime this week. He has missed the last 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain.
All right, thank you, Tony. One guy who hasn't missed anything, including the guy he is lining up to drive into the ground, is Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange has converted 19 of his 23 targets into receptions so far this year. That's the third highest percentage on the team. LaQuint Allen's caught 3 out of 3. Hunter Long's caught 6 out of 7. Those are the only guys who've caught a higher percentage of the balls thrown in their direction. By contrast, Brian Thomas has been targeted the most, 32 times, with 12 catches to this point in time, 37.5% of his targets. So over 82% for Brenton Strange, and that's resulted in the most catches on the team, the most yards on the team, and probably the most wow blocks on the team as well. I haven't added those up, Tony. Some of the linemen have delivered some great blocks as well, particularly when, the play gets extended and those guys are hustling downfield. But Brenton Strange, if they didn't, I don't know what their record would be without him. Maybe Hunter Long could have stepped in and filled in, admirably for a lot of what he's done, but he has done it. And without him as the outlet receiver, like every time Trevor throws it to Brenton Strange, it's like, man, the hands are there. He wraps it up. He protects the football. And he's not, the only thing missing are like some breakaway plays where, he's run a couple guys over, but he's not going to run away from anybody too often.
We talked about him a lot going through the offseason, right? And exactly what it was going to mean. They were wanting to move off of Evan Ingram because they thought Strange fits more what they want the tight end to be, right, in the offense. I don't know that there's a player right now on the offense that more symbolizes what they are on offense than Brenton Strange, right? Just tough guy. Like, that's what and when he gets tough on you, he lets you know that I did it to you. Like, he's not afraid to say, did you see me? Watch me again, right? Like, let's look at the board again. Watch what I do to this guy, right? You thought I was just blocking you? No, I'll send you to the bleachers, buddy. Like, that's the way he takes all of this so seriously. I think it matches exactly what they want their football team to look like.
Yeah, we talk about when you're trying to set a culture of toughness, it's your offensive line that really sets that. And those guys have, without question. Macari and Hainsey coming in, I think have really helped change that. But Brenton Strange is just as much a part of that, as you mentioned, because there is not a guy that is delivering more violent blocks than that guy on this team. I mean, he is just absolutely hammering guys. And it's an infectious thing in the offense. Like, those guys love seeing clips of him hammering guys. Like, they'll look up at the thingy, that block in against Carolina where he just absolutely dumped that dude. I mean, they love it. I mean, those guys love it. And when they see that, they get all excited about that. I mean, he is one of the most loved guys in that locker room.
It's funny, too. You look at Evan Ingram's success or lack thereof so far, really hasn't made any kind of impact for the Denver Broncos.
Which is a little surprise. He's been hurt.
He missed one game.
Right.
He missed one game. But, this is his biggest game of the season on Monday night. He had 4 catches for 29 yards, right? And I can't remember 4. I watched the game. I was on the air for the first half, but I would have thought he might have had like 2. Little dumb. But either way, 4 catches for 29 yards. I don't know if this offense would be much better if they had Brenton Strange here, because you'd still want to have I'm sorry, Evan Ingram here.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
You still want the way they want to operate this offense. You're going to have Brenton Strange on the field a bunch regardless. So even if you're running 2 tight end sets and you're taking one of those potential field stretchers off the field, I don't know how many more, the team's throwing for like under 200 yards. Are we missing Evan Ingram that much? Would he have been the difference to unlock this passing game? I don't feel that way. I feel that Brenton Strange has been a good outlet, check down option for Trevor when he's tried to look for guys outside. When he hasn't looked liked what he's seen, he's gone to Brenton Strange. Sometimes he's more of a primary option, but I don't know right now if Evan Ingram's impact, this team would be much noticeably different if they still had Evan Ingram on the roster.
Probably not. And I don't know how it would have impacted the run game, obviously, because you don't have to have two tight ends on the field now with Strange as the blocker to run it. Back then, and I think Ingram is a better blocker than people give him credit for, but he's not like Brenton Strange level. I mean, he's
a willing blocker, but he's not going to bury
That's not
anybody.
his game. That's not who he is. And you know that when you sign him, 100%. And I understand why the Jags moved on from him because, hey, we want our tight ends to be big, meaty guys that can block. Whatever we can get from them in the pass game is great, but they got to be able to block. So that made sense for the release of Evan Ingram. But you're right. I don't know that this team would be as good running the ball if he were here at this point.
Right. So maybe the passing numbers would look a little bit better, possibly. But, and maybe Ingram would have those touchdowns that Hunter Long has now. Who knows, right? And we would say, oh, look, Evan Ingram scored a couple of touchdowns. Well, Hunter Long's done it, right? So they're still getting the production. They're getting the yardage, the receptions, the great physical play out of Brenton Strange. Hunter Long's been the beneficiary of a couple of nice play calls. I mean, it's and the one that won the game, D-Rock, the one that clinched the game, where they pick up the last first down. How beautiful was that? How many times have we said in recent years, playing against the team, oh, man, how did that guy get so wide open at this crucial moment? And here is Hunter Long. They scheme it up, and he's just easy pitch and catch.
Standing there, yeah.
Just slide down, and game's over right there. It was nice to see that we are capable of out-scheming you as well as just making an exceptional physical play.
Liam Cohen is a really, really good play caller.
He is. So far,
really good.
Everything
he's not going to be perfect.
Good.
Yeah,
no,
he's going to blow some. Everybody does. But so far, I've been really impressed.
All right, let's go through when we come back some final thoughts, and we'll run through all the people that got submitted as potential MVP candidates through the first 4 weeks of the season. I think we've mostly exhausted the list, but D-Rock will give us a look-ahead thought about how the Jags match up with the Kansas City Chiefs and what he expects to see on Monday Night Football as well. Coming up, Mike DiRocco in a day early. John Oehser will be joining us tomorrow as we flip things around to accommodate the Jaguars media schedule this week. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
Don't ghost your carpet this fall. Hicken here. Right now, you can get your entire home zero-resified from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $139 plus a free haul for Halloween. Get it? There's something scarier than ghosts and goblins hiding in your home. It's in your air ducts. This month, take 50% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
The Alhambra Theater and Dining brings you an evening of wonderful food and live theater and fun. October 9th through November 16th, come enjoy the award-winning musical from Charles Dickens' final unfinished novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood, an interactive show where the audience gets to choose the ending. The Mystery of Edwin Drood promises to be an entertaining night for you, family, and friends. Get tickets at alhambrajacks.com. alhambrajacks.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, here to share with you an actual client review.
Dude, these shirts are sick.
Check out the shirts and other sick promo items at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payment by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
Josie for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjacks.com.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, among the players being mentioned or submitted from the audience today on social media, we've had a lot of Travis Etienne, a lot of Devin Lloyd. They're probably the two. If we had made a poll, no matter how many people we put in the poll, they would have been the top 2 vote getters. Jordan Lewis, Josh Hines-Allen. It's not a small number of people saying Robert Hainsey. If they're singling out one offensive lineman, he was the one. The entire offensive line got some love. Brenton Strange got a little bit of love in there as well. And I think that probably covers it. But it's nice that we have legit 5-6 candidates that are not specialists, that are playing to that level, that you're having a hard time deciding who's playing the best, as opposed to who's the best option out of an 0-4 mess for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, D-Rock, what kind of chance, what is your gut telling you? I know we're a little farther out than we typically are when we talk. We're usually 3 days away. We're 5 days out right now. We don't know if Trayvon's going to play. I do think that's a big factor in this game. But
Yami, too.
That's right. And I presume that, for the Chiefs, everybody who played this week is probably going to be good to go. Rashee Rice, we know, is not back yet. Still got 2 more games on his suspension to serve. So how you feeling about the way this game's going to play out?
I think Xavier Worthy's return changes that team significantly. He's not at this level yet, but he brings that Tyreek Hill element back to that offense with the speed and the ability to take the top off that they didn't have when he wasn't there. And now, again, I think we mentioned before, the Baltimore defense is just ravaged.
They are.
They had, at one point, I think I read that they had 7 starters out.
I believe it.
During the game.
I mean, just this week, Roquan got hurt. Madubuike goes on IR. Marlon Humphrey got hurt. Nate Wiggins got hurt.
Right.
That was just this week.
Right. So nobody has enough depth to overcome that. So that's a problem. I do think the Jags are going to be able to run the ball, and, they're going to be able to. Man, Mahomes just kills this team. He finds a way.
Kills virtually everybody.
The thing that's encouraging, if you're for a Jaguars fan, is if you remember, Pacheco just absolutely destroyed them in the pass game the last time they played too, and he was wide open on that touchdown swing pass. Well, Devin Lloyd's playing out of his mind. Devin Lloyd is playing really, really good football. Maybe that can help limit what the Chiefs do. But I honestly think that if you're the Jags, you're going to have to score. You're going to have to score 28 minimum to win this game, because they're going to get theirs, and Worthy makes that offense much more explosive. So I don't know if this is a game that you're going to get those 3 or 4 turnovers, but you're going to have to put up a bunch of points.
Do you know what they allow? Average yards per carry allowed this week against the Ravens by the Kansas City defense. Any guess?
It's probably like 3.
9.8.
Oh.
And Lamar brought it down, okay? He averaged 8 yards a carry. Justice Hill had 3 carries for 76, right? So that skews it, but still, Derrick Henry had 8 for 42. They couldn't stick with him because when they fall behind, they take him out of the game. But he was averaging 5.3 yards a pop, whereas, Xavier Worthy was their leading rusher and receiver in that football game. He had a couple of carries, had a 35-yard reverse, and that provided all but 3 of his rushing yards, which led the team. Pacheco has not been great this year. Kareem Hunt has not been great this year. The running game, Pacheco,
Kelsey's not been great either.
No, Kelsey's not been great, but I wouldn't count him out in a clutch situation still in this circumstance. Pacheco did catch a touchdown this week. Tyquan Thornton's another guy. He's not a featured player when Worthy is healthy, but Tyquan Thornton's probably one of the 10 fastest players in the league, and Worthy can fly. I mean, you got to at least be aware of him because he was a featured player for them the first 3 weeks of the season with Worthy out. So he's gotten the most professional reps of his career in this first month of the season.
He was a New England draft pick.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Skinny as a rail.
Oh, tiny.
But so is Worthy, and they got a type, apparently. And so what if you had to pick it today? Who you pick? We're not going to hold you to it. What's your lean, at least?
I would probably lean towards Kansas City.
Okay.
Just because the Mahomes factor is just this until Trevor Lawrence and this pass offense shows that they can start lighting it up, they're going to have trouble scoring 28, 30 points. And I think they have to do that this week. And I'm not sure that they're going to be able to.
I will see if they have to do that. I mean, Baltimore's defense has been so bad. I don't know if those 37 that the Chiefs put up are necessarily indicative of how good their offense is. I mean, they gave up 38 on Monday night.
But, and maybe I'm just skewed by the success that Kansas City has had against this team recently. But, man, Mahomes, he just absolutely daggers this team. Every single time. And it's just hard for me to get that mental picture out of my head of him doing it again.
My fear is in the absence of Trayvon Walker, if he doesn't play, that's exactly what happened. That we're so close to getting him, as we have been a lot of quarterbacks this year with a lot of our pass rushers, and he just escapes and makes that play and breaks your back on 3rd and 11, But we'll find out. We're not going to know by Friday, I don't think, definitively whether Trayvon's going.
No, we'll know that.
We might not even know definitively till Monday night, right?
Yeah, Saturday will be the final game report day.
Yeah. And if he gets a questionable tag, then it's anybody's guess.
Correct.
As to if he plays, how much he plays, how effective he is when he plays. All right. With that, let's say hello to XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Matt Hayes, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, D-Rock.
What's up, Matty?
Good to see you, man.
How are you?
Doing great.
It's a rare Wednesday for D-Rock. Jags media schedule made it happen. So, what's coming up today on XL Primetime?
We got Pat Dooley coming on. We're going to talk about Billy Napier and the Florida Gators and big game against Texas this weekend. We're going to get into some, obviously, Jags work. And this is I Was Wrong Wednesday on XLP.
That could be every day on Jaguars Today.
I picked the Jags to lose, too. So
Did you now?
Last week? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh.
Our entire crew picked them to win.
I think ours did, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just something about that game. I just felt like it was
and in the offseason, I picked them to lose that game when the schedule first came out. But,
I thought they'd win in Cincinnati, lose there. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, I'm 4-0 picking them. I should have picked them to beat Cincinnati, and the rest would have done the right thing then. Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. All right. So would Gator fans rather hasten the departure of Billy Napier, or if beating Texas were to save his job, would they rather win this game?
Great question. I think some of them are concerned that if they beat Texas, it's going to be a lot like last year, where he somehow cobbles together 7 or 8 wins, and then you're not firing him.
Yeah.
And then you go through the same thing the next year. So Yeah, I think that most of them right now just want it done and over with.
All right. Matt, have a good show. All
right, boys.
We appreciate it. XL Primetime coming your way. D-Rock, what do you got working over at ESPN.com?
Travis Hunter feature for Monday Night Football. Finishing that up this week.
Wouldn't that be nice to have that be Travis's huge national breakout?
Oh, man.
No, you want a Trevor breakout game on Monday night? You want a Travis breakout game on Monday night?
I just want
who
Trevor
else do you want to have the
I
breakout
just want it to
game?
be on Trevor's shoulders with 2 minutes to go.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen
I want them all to have a breakout game, but BTJ, you know?
Josh Allen needs 1.5 to tie that record.
Yeah,
2 sacks on Monday.
Brian Thomas, feel free to drop $150 on him.
Yeah. I would like the sacks to match his pressures this week. Right? Like, if he has that week for the first time this year, then, yeah, Mahomes is going down a couple of times.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I think if you're the Jags, you would pray for that more than anything else because you cannot afford to have Mahomes running around out there, flying all over the place, doing stupid stuff, and hitting 38-yard passes with a flick of his wrist on 3rd and 4 or whatever. I think they would prefer Josh Allen's breakout game out of all of them, probably.
That might be the case. Look, they just prefer dub, however it comes. And
True.
So will we ultimately, right? All right, check out D-Rock's piece coming up on Travis Hunter and everything else Mike writes over at ESPN.com covering your Jacksonville Jaguars. D-Rock, have a good week. We'll see you in the new building. Say goodbye. Wistful, tearful memories here in the old place. So
goodbye, old place.
There he goes.
Goodbye, old place.
All right, for Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Thank you for listening to Jaguars Today. XL Primetime is next here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Well, it's really fun to watch.